So in the last episode, we spoke about trying to understand the different working styles of people. However, I did not elaborate a little more on that. So I thought probably I will, talk about that in this video. So welcome once again, episode 19 of Toxic Work Culture. This is your host Imad from Talksmith, and this would be our penultimate episode for this series on how to avoid toxic work culture. Season finale will be dropping in very soon. Now, coming back to the topic we're discussing. So how do we understand the different working styles of people? So it basically has to do with the temperament of the person. Let's say, for example, there would be somebody who's a little upfront and does not require any follow-ups. So you just have to tell him or her that you need to get this job done by this date. They'll get the job done. You don't need to chase them. The moment you start chasing them, what happens is they get irritated. Now, there is another category of people who is not doubly sure, who's always scared that if I will do something, kuch problem ho jayegi. So at that point of time, you need to be assertive and give them assurance that don't worry, I am there. If anything, if things go sideways, then I will take care of it and stuff like that. So when you give that kind of ashwasan or that kind of what's the word for it? That kind of reassurance, then that person kind of starts vibing with you. Then there is this one person, the Mr. Touch Me Not or Miss Touch Me Not. Don't touch me, don't say anything, just email and I will get it done. Perfectly fine. Accept them for who they are, respect them for who they are, as long as the job is done. Okay? Then you have those people who require some kind of bonding. By bonding I mean the platonic one. Please don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about a platonic bonding wherein they want to have discussions. They want to be heard. They will, they'll talk a little ill about the company. They'll talk a little ill about the circumstances, and then at that point of time, you just have to nod your head and say, yeah, you're absolutely right, and but then we still have to get the job done. So having said that, I just gave you about 3 or 4 examples. I'm sure every human being is unique, and everybody's created with that one unique quality, with that one trait which would differentiate them from the others. So that is where you need to navigate and understand the temperament of the person, and based on which you need to understand what's their working style. Okay, once you kind of get that, then you know how to get the job done. Now, obviously, this particular point would be valid and more apt for people who are in managerial positions. But to be very honest, if you really want to succeed, you need to start from day one and try and understand what's happening in the office and who is what, what is the mindset of the person, how is the person, and so on and so forth. So do not waste time. Immediately try and in your own way connect with people, understand their working style, and vibe with them while you're working with them.